My little sister has had a crush on my husband, but she never expected to get humiliated in such a way. My 19-year-old sister Sienna has been obsessed with my husband Theo since our wedding 2 years ago. At first it seemed innocent. She'd constantly ask him for help with everything. Moving boxes that were suspiciously light, fixing her car that somehow broke down every week, even opening pickle jars that I swear she loosened beforehand just to call him over. Theo always told me about these requests, rolling his eyes. Your sister called again. Apparently her garbage disposal is making weird noises. We'd laugh it off because Sienna had always been dramatic and attention-seeking, but last month she went completely nuclear. Sienna told our entire family that Theo had been texting her inappropriate messages late at night and that he was deeply unhappy in our marriage. She claimed he'd confessed his feelings for her and was planning to leave me. The worst part? She had screenshots to prove it. Conversations where Theo was pouring his heart out, saying things like, I married the wrong sister, and I think about you constantly. The messages looked completely real. Same phone number, same texting style, even his profile picture. Our parents were absolutely furious with Theo. My dad, who had walked me down the aisle and given Theo his blessing, now refused to speak to him. Mom demanded we go to marriage counseling immediately. Family dinners became hostile interrogations where everyone stared at Theo like he was a predator. Theo was completely devastated. He kept saying, I never sent those messages. I would never do that to you or Sienna. But the evidence seemed overwhelming. I wanted to believe him, but those screenshots looked so authentic that even I started having doubts. The stress was destroying our marriage. Theo barely slept, constantly checking his phone to make sure it wasn't hacked. He even went to the police, but they said unless we could prove the messages were faked, there wasn't much they could do. Sienna, meanwhile, was loving every second of it. She'd show up to family events with this satisfied smirk, playing the victim perfectly. I just had to tell the truth, she'd say with fake tears. I couldn't let him keep manipulating both of us. But Sienna made one crucial mistake. She got way too cocky. At my birthday party last weekend, she pulled me aside when everyone was busy with cake. With this disgusting smugness, she whispered, you know, I've always been the prettier sister. I can have any man I want, including yours. Theo's going to leave you soon, and when he does, I'll be waiting. What she didn't know was that I'd started recording our conversations on my phone because I suspected something was off about her whole victim act. But here's where it gets really twisted. While investigating Theo's phone for evidence, I discovered Sienna had been catfishing 3 different guys online using my wedding photos. She was telling each of them that she was a married woman named Ruby, unhappily married and looking for someone to save her from her boring husband. Her profiles were incredibly detailed. She'd stolen not just my photos, but stories from our honeymoon, inside jokes Theo and I shared, even descriptions of our house. She was literally living a fantasy life as me while trying to destroy my real marriage. At Sunday dinner that night, with our parents, grandparents, and Sienna all present, I stood up during dessert and said, I have something important to share with everyone. I connected my phone to the TV and played Sienna's confession recording. Her voice filled the room. I can have any man I want, including yours. The room went dead silent. Sienna's face went white as she realized what was happening, but I wasn't done. I pulled up her dating profiles on the big screen. So Sienna, if you can steal anyone's husband, why are you pretending to be me to find random guys online? And why are you using my wedding photos to do it? The profiles displayed everything. My photos, her fake stories, screenshots of her conversations with these men where she was role-playing as a married woman seeking an affair. Sienna started stammering, that's not, I can explain, but Dad cut her off. You fabricated evidence against Theo? You've been destroying your sister's marriage with lies? His voice was shaking with rage. Sienna tried to run, but Mom blocked the doorway. You're not leaving until you explain how you faked those text messages. Turns out Sienna had been using a fake number app and Theo's photos from social media to create the fake conversations. She'd spent weeks crafting each message to sound like him, studying his texting patterns from family group chats. She broke down completely, sobbing and admitting everything. The fake messages, the catfishing, even how she'd been planning to escalate things by claiming Theo had physically approached her. Sienna moved in with our aunt the next day. Our parents made her pay for the marriage counseling sessions she'd forced us into. Theo and I are stronger than ever, and Sienna still won't make eye contact at family gatherings.